This is a review of a book, The Polish Defense Systems for Black, based on B5. The two authors of the book clarify here that they are analyzing D4, B5, the Polish defense, but also the St. George defense, which is one E4, E6, D4, A6, intending to play B5. Or one knight f3, b5, or f4, b5, etc., etc. You can read it in the back. It's kind of very interesting because the fact is, yes, some openings are a little strange, but over the board often it's important to surprise the opponent. The structure of the book is made by a lot of theoretical lines, and at the end of the chapter there are illustrative games, okay? But at the end of the book there are more than 100 games played by different players, mainly online, and that's kind of interesting because clearly today the shift of playing chess has been moved to online. In fact, it's cheaper, and one can do it more often than playing tournaments. So there are clearly some advantages. I would like to present game 79, Kremlin Bellon Anna, rated at 2057, against Johnson, rated at 2223. So Johnson seems to be a master level player, maybe. I don't know. You will see it from the black side because I thought maybe with the camera is better. D4, B5, E4, A6, Knight F3, Bishop B7. I would like to say that in fact throughout the book they use examples also of top players that have used this kind of system. Clearly it's more a system than an opening where you have to learn move by move and memorize them like in the Sicilian, okay? So here you need to understand what you're doing and why. Bishop D3, E6, C4, B takes C4. This is an interesting move. Why White played C4? Because it's not challenging the center, it's challenging the side, so it doesn't make much sense, right? Bishop takes C4, boom, and one pawn is given back. So imagine this is a 2000 rated player that is missing a pawn already in the center, okay, in the center, because the point is that central pawns are generally more valuable than side pawns, okay. Knight c3, bishop e7, castle, white castles on the side that black is attacking, knight f6, d5, very good idea. Obviously the enemy king is in the center, tries to open the line, right? Bishop d6, bishop g5, h6, bishop h4, bishop e7. It is probably to unpin that knight, rook c1, and castle. So in a sense, white has failed to keep the enemy king in the center, okay? And maybe the opening advantage that white has, since we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces, it's going to evaporate soon, okay? Bishop takes f6. Bishop takes f6. d6. I don't know why I played this move. Knight c6. D takes c7. Queen takes e7. Yes, this is not a nice place for the queen, but what can you do? I mean, and now obviously white start to open a little the line on the c5. Bishop d3, okay? Queen f4, moving away the queen from this possible x-ray attack. Bishop b1, creating a possible checkmate threat. Rook f d8, trying to give space to the king to escape. Queen d3, g6, knight e2, queen g4. Obviously, black is really positioning himself well to give an attack on this, okay? Remember that you have this. Sometimes you forget it because it's there, but it's covered. Then something happens, and boom, you get a checkmate. So it's a really dangerous situation, I think. h3, queen a4, rook c4, queen d5, a4, and the queen goes back to the king side, queen f5, queen b3, very good idea, right? Is a kind of a discovery. Queen d5, attacking the rook, so she cannot take here. Knight f4, attacking the queen again. Clearly a very nice game, very tactical, very full of threats. Knight a5, beautiful move. Knight takes d5, bishop takes d5, queen a3. Knight takes c4. At this point, one could think that black has lost the game, right? But things are a little more complicated. Rook takes queen takes h6, bishop g7, queen h4, idea is probably this, rook a b8, knight g5, rook takes b2, not afraid of what's gonna happen there, queen h7, king f8. Now, if white can distract this away, there is a checkmate. But how do you do it? That's the part I don't know. Queen h4, rook d b8, bishop d3, knight e5, queen f4. Obviously, the threat is checkmate if black takes. So a very good game, a very nice game. Probably this was a blitz game, but it seems they are playing good chess, right? f5. And notice that black didn't resign. He continued to fight, so it's really good. Bishop takes a6, rook b1, rook takes b1, rook takes b1, check, king h2, knight c6, queen h4, bishop e5, and now there is g3. A big mistake, right? So it's incredible. Yeah, the power of two bishop is amazing, obviously, like always. And it's incredible that white lost this game. But as you can see, everything can happen. Now, did white lose because of the opening? Definitely not. Definitely not. But again, in this book, you can find other top players that have used it as black. Okay, so it's not only a kind of blitz opening for online games. Eventually, if you want to vary your opening repertoire, this is a good idea, and I definitely know someone that has already bought it, probably.